Despite the release of Palestinians in this latest exchange deal, many others continue to suffer. More than 9,000 Palestinians remain in jails across Israel and the occupied West Bank. 3,500 of them are held under Israel's so-called administrative detention, which means they can be held without charge for an indefinite period of time. At least 450 Palestinians detained are under the age of 18. And since 1967, Israel has refused to return the bodies of more than 730 Palestinian men and women to their families. Let's now speak to Samir Zaqout, who's Deputy Director of al-Mezan Center for Human Rights. He's joining us from Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. I'll ask you about the prisoners who are still being held in Israeli jails in a moment. But I first wanted to know about those who've been released. We've seen emotional reunions in Gaza and the occupied West Bank. These former prisoners who are returning to Gaza are returning to total destruction today, and some even unaware about the fate of their loved ones. Can you tell us what condition they're in right now, physically and also psychologically?
I think they are in a very bad condition, psychological condition or physical condition. They need a real health retreat and health care because they are coming from the hell to the new hell. Gaza, like a hell now. It's not like easy for anyone to live in Gaza without any kind of services. And those people whom released, many didn't know that if their families still alive or not. And many of them find that they lose all the families, they lose all their houses or any kind of properties. So that I think it's very, very tough, very, very harsh for them. Okay, emotionally they are happy because they are released from the Israeli jails where they all the time the physical and psychological torture, they commit all the crimes against the captured. I don't want to say even prisoners because they are captured. There is no any kind of crimes they committed.
Right.
The mass arrest.
What immediate challenges? Can I ask you? I'll come to the conditions in a minute. I just wanted to find out more about the immediate challenges that they're facing as they're trying to rebuild their lives now, and what kind of support system is there for them on the ground right now?
Challenge is the health situation for them. Most of them during their jail or during they are staying in the jail, they have many diseases. And now in Gaza, there is no health care. There is no a real health care for the Palestinian here. There is no medicine. There is no even any kind of machines like to diagnose the diseases or something like this. So that now they will face this challenge that they will keep suffering with their diseases for a long time, except when we have electricity, they let the medical machines and medicine coming to Gaza in a very easy and open way. This is, I think, and I believe this is the first challenge for them. And,
okay,
even the physical, the psychological retreat, it's needed now. And
indeed,
capacity to deal with this kind of number of people.
Indeed. Now, challenges, huge ones ahead, as you say. Let's go back now and find out more about what they endured, these prisoners. And as we've said, many Palestinians still being held in Israeli jails, some with, under the so-called Israeli detention where they're not charged. Can you tell us more about the conditions that these detainees, these prisoners have endured and are still enduring? Because many of them have described Israeli prisons as slaughterhouses. What are the systematic patterns of mistreatment that your organization has been able to document?
We can speak from the first moment of their arrest, during which detainees are forced to completely undressed, beaten, and sometimes used as a human shield. with their hands tied, their eyes blindfolded, and they are made to sit under the scorching sun and sharp pebbles before moving on the second stage when they go to the investigation stage, during which deadly physical and psychological torture is used, such as beating with a hammer, position, nail removal, and unleashing dogs on them. They are put under stress position for a long hour, beaten with hands and feet even, and sometimes rapid, as what happened in the Seditiman camp. Living condition stage, if we want to talk about how they live inside the jails, it's including deprivation of adequate sleep, bedding, and blankets. You know, they give, for example, a room with the 12 person, 2 blankets or 3 blankets. It means that they couldn't even sleep at the night, preventing regular bathing.
Yeah.
I think many of those violations, it's started even before 7th October when we have Ben Gafir. And he promised the Israelis to make the jails as a hell for the Palestinians. He destroy and violate all the UN standards to deal with
Unimaginable conditions. Unimaginable conditions.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Samir Zaqout,
They
for
are,
taking the time to speak to us about this. Thank you for the work you're doing with these prisoners and the former prisoners. Thank you so much.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.